Hello students, I hope you all are having a wonderful day. I am Mr. Darlene Gabriel, your history teacher from Rajiv Gandhi English Primary High School, running under Paschim Maharashtra Education Trust. So students, today we are going to continue part 3 of Janpadas and Mahajanpadas. Now in this part, what are we going to study? We are going to study about the Mahajanpadas. The most important Mahajanpada was which? It was Magda. So we are going to study what happened in Magda, how did it rise, who were the rulers in that time, what did they conquer, what changes took place, then who tried to conquer Magda too. Let's find out. Before that, let's have a quick view on our part 1 and part 2. In the first part, we studied about Janpadas. Now who were Janpadas? Till now I hope you all have understood what is Janpadas. Janpadas are nothing but the people who put their foot in an area, they are known as Janpadas. And from these Janpadas, who were formed? The Mahajanpadas. The Mahajanpadas had something special. What were the special things it had? It had a fortified wall, it had a capital, it also held the kings to have a good control and to show how powerful they were through the fortification around their area, their region. So let's see what happened in Magda Empire. How did it rise? It is one of the important Mahajanpadas. So here see, Magda was not only a small or some like a Janpada, but in fact it was so well built, and plus the people around it were controlled by the rulers so nicely that it became a Mahajanpada. So when it became Mahajanpada, in this region, in Magda region, there were much of forest area, most of forest area. Okay, so in this forest, what were the different things they received? They receive different things. Now from forest, what do we get? We get nature, we get animals, we get different things. But along with the forest, there were two rivers which flow from the Magda Empire. Which two rivers were there? They were Ganga and So, which flowed from the Magda Empire. When these two rivers flowed from the Magda Empire, in what it helped? How it helped the Magda Empire to expand more? It helped because it helped through water supply. Now it is obvious, when we have water, obviously we are going to, if there is river, we are going to use water for our daily use, to make food, to clean up the animals, to feed, to put to use it for plants, to grow them, different things. Then transport. Now for transport, now when you have to transport from here, from one place to another, what will you use? Boat. So through the river, they could go from one side to the other. Then the other thing was making the land fertile. Now how to make land fertile? Now why it is used? Because for farming. If the soil is fertile, then only the crops will grow properly, isn't it? So the water which flew from the rivers of Ganga and Su helped the Magda Empire to make the land more fertile, and there were more crops grown in that regions of Magda Empire. Not only that, from the forest, what do we get? Animals. The most important animals used in this Magda Empire was what? It was the elephants. What did these Magda people do, the rulers do? They captured these elephants. When they captured these elephants, when they captured it, they trained them. They trained them for what? Now there were obvious things that they are going to have wars, as Magda was very important. It was an important Mahajanpadas. Now other Janpadas would try to overpower them, overrule them. They wanted to defeat the Magda Empire and take charge of them. So what did the Magda rulers decide? They were so clever, they even included the animals. They trained the animals so they wouldn't lose any war. They made them so strong and powerful that if any Janpada thought about it also, they would fail and they would lose the war. So the elephants were captured and trained for armies. Then from forest, not only elephants, but what else they got? They got woods for building the houses. Now it's obvious, forest, trees. Trees gives us what? Wood. When wood is used, we can make so many things. We can make weapons, we can make houses. So they use most of the forest for what? For building houses. Then carts and chariots. Now what are carts and chariots? The vehicles, the two-wheeled vehicles which are pulled by animals like horse, cows, etc. They are carts and chariots. So these were used during the olden time in the Magda Empire. Not only we got from forest building houses and carts and chariots, there were some regions where iron minings were also found. Okay, when they found there, what were they? They were very helpful minerals. From that minerals, that iron, they made weapons. Now weapons, they got one more advantage for their war, to fight very properly. So when they did, they used these weapons in the war to make arrows, to make bows, to make swords. They made different things out of these iron mining. So the other thing is what? What happened with the rulers? Now who were the rulers of this Magadha Empire? There was one, his name was Bimbisara. Now Bimbisara, he was the ruler of the Magadha Empire. He decided to more and more conquer more of the Janpadas. So when he has a power over the more Janpadas, then it is obvious Magadha would become more powerful. It would have more rule over the other people, other Janpadas. So when Bimbisara passed away, his son Ajaysatru, he was the second person who became the ruler after Bimbisara to conquer. So when Ajaysatru came into being, he tried to conquer the same thing as his father. He tried and conquered as many as he could. Okay, when he did that, there was a vast number of army, a vast number of elephants, a vast number of weapons they had. They were so powerful that nobody could defeat them. So once there was a world conqueror, and this world conqueror, who was he? His name was Alexander. Alexander, from where he came? He came from Macedonia, Europe. He was a person from European. He wanted to conquer the whole world. He wanted to be the conqueror. He wanted to rule the whole world and show that I am the most powerful. Nobody can overpower me. But when the time came that he wanted to capture India, the northern India, so he told his soldiers to come along. But his soldiers, they were not ready. They were very scared. So he asked them, why are you scared? So they said that the Indian people, the Magadha Empire, had the vast elephants, vast soldiers, that also not soldiers, foot soldiers, the people who walked with weapons, they were known as foot soldiers. Then they had infantry, cavalry, they had different weapons which helped them to win the war. So that is why Alexander failed to conquer Magadha Empire. Okay, but he did conquer Egypt and West Asia. He did conquer only the two, but he wanted to conquer the whole world, but that failed too because he couldn't conquer Magadha Empire. So students, now open to page number 28. See what they have said. Ajaysatru, the son of Bimbisara, continued with the policy of expansion of Magadha Empire. He successfully conquered many republics of the east. So see here, Ajaysatru, what he did? He conquered the parts of the east sides. The kingdom of Magadha prospered during the reign of Ajaysatru. Prospered what? He was successful in achieving and winning the wars with the other Janpadas. He had become a follower of Gautam Buddha. Now Ajaysatru, he was a follower of whom? Gautam Buddha. Then after the Mahaparinirvana of Gautam Buddha, it was during his reign that the first Buddhist council or Sangiti was held at Rajgriha. Rajgriha was the first capital of Magadha Empire. Okay, in those times Magadha's capital was Rajgriha. The foundation of new capital Patligram of Magadha was laid during Ajaysatru's period. See, afterwards when Ajaysatru came into power, that time he became which was the capital? It was Patligam. That was the capital of Magadha. Later it became famous as Patliputra, as we all know. Patliputra was probably in the vicinity of today's Patna city. So where is it found? It is found in Patna. A noteworthy successor of Ajaysatru was Magadha king Shinshuna. He annexed the kingdoms of Avanti, Kosala, Vatsa to Magadha. Nearly the entire region of northern India came under the control of the Magadha. That was how the Magadha Empire took shape. So here students, we will stop with rise of the Magadha Empire. So we got to know about Bimbisara, Ajaysatru, then also Ajaysatru's son Shishunag, who captured all the remaining important Mahajanpadas. So now we got to know about whom? We got to know about Janpadas, Mahajanpadas and the rise of Magadha Empire. In the next video, we will see about Magadha, the other kings of Magadha. So students, I hope you all understood the lesson. Please do like, subscribe and share my channel. Thank you.